works.
Emily Sturge, your assessment here, I mean, you're looking at different reactions when you look at what markets are thinking in terms of inflation and what our allies across the world are thinking. They do not want a nuclear Iran.
Absolutely, and the president doesn't either. And his latest message to Iran is clear. Stop dragging this out. Sign the dotted line or you're done. And look, the clock is ticking for Iran financially, too. Their economy has been hit. This war has cost them an estimated $435 million per day. The Wall Street Journal reported that Iran is facing food shortages, high inflation. We've redirected 81 ships so far from Iranian ports. That's costing them $13 billion worth of oil. They are bleeding financially, and the clock is ticking for them, certainly there economically.
Yeah, I mean, Emily, it's interesting because the president has to walk this balance. On the one hand, wind down this war so that oil prices can reverse course. And on the other hand, also watch the economy at home.
Absolutely.
And ensure that we're not going to see a spike in rates, that we're not going to see the Federal Reserve go against the expectations. Your thoughts?
Absolutely. Unpredictability is President Trump's greatest leverage here. In his latest Truth Social post, he wrote, quote, there won't be anything left of Iran. But he sort of leaves it up to Iran's interpretation. What does that mean? Potential military action, economically, further obliterating nuclear sites. There's ambiguity there, and that's certainly intentional. And at the end of the day, this president has remained firm in his number one objective, and that's that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Real leadership is not always glamorous. It's not always liked by all sides, but this is exactly what real leadership looks like.
I guess, Emily, what the banks are saying is it's going to be, a chip away. And why would, the crypto players be able to pay rewards when, in fact, they're not even insured the way Ryan just said? They're not FDIC insured.
Yeah, and Ryan's also right. My generation absolutely loves crypto. It's something that I reported at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform. In fact, out of all the generations, Gen Z actually has more crypto investors than any other generation. 42% of Gen Z investors actually own crypto. And it's to the point now where major universities like Harvard and MIT are even offering courses to educate Generation Z about crypto. It was the Wild West for a while, but my generation is certainly loving it.
It's even more than that. I mean, they're busting up this unique institution of the Senate. I mean, that's why the Republicans don't want to get rid of the filibuster. They don't want to bust up something that has been in place and has worked, Emily. But if the Democrats are going to get rid of the filibuster and do whatever they want, including packing the Supreme Court, should the Republicans do it first?
Well, I want to point out what Cheryl said. There are bad ideas. She lost the election with bad ideas. I reported many of those bad ideas, like the $10,000 new home buyer tax credit and canceling student loan debt. She floated those ideas, trying to bribe young people with them. And look, they didn't work. And honestly, what I would say the bigger issue here is this blank whiteboard. She's openly admitting that the Democratic Party has no direction, no agenda, no playbook here whatsoever. And if I were a voter, I would have zero confidence.